the Minnesota Timberwolves. The NBA on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us this Sunday afternoon. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony.
Ready, gentlemen? Ready?
And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Brook Lopez is out there with Young. Then it's Jarrett Jack. Then there's Wayne Ellington. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3. Second chance shot. Got a piece of it. Here's Levine, defended by Jack. Young, a screen on Rubio. Jack passes to Young, and he gets it to go. Young's got the first points up on the board for the Nets. Minnesota really had a rough year last season. A lot of people know that, obviously. A lot to do with their defense. They just, Greg, struggled in almost every defensive metric.
Yeah, and, you know, they struggled at times guarding the basketball, but ultimately I think the biggest issue for them was their inability to protect the rim. That's an area and a point of emphasis that has to improve for this young team.
Here's Jack after the basket by Minnesota. Lopez misfires after coming off the pick.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Nets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Young, a screen on Rubio. Towns comes with a double team. Here's Bogdanovich. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
On defense, Brooklyn. And Rubio kicks to Towns. A three-pointer, Wiggins, and that one's good. Wiggins has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
They're not going to run that play very often, but hey, they'll take it. Way to notch that 3.
There's the dish to Bogdanovich, and stolen by Wiggins. Rubio left side, the 3. Offensive rebound. And the dunk by Towns.
And Kevin, plays like that, really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Clark, look at them. They are really into it.
Yeah, they sure are. And that's a little salt in the wound there. I mean, they take a miss and turn it into one of the plays of the game. That hurts. They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Minnesota leading by 4. Karl Anthony Towns didn't come into the previous year as the most highly touted prospect, Clark, but his play last year at Kentucky would change that.
No question about it. People knew he was going to be good, Kevin, but few saw him being this good. He showed he could do a little bit of everything as a Kentucky big.
Now here's Lopez. Rebound by Dang.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Rubio in the corner. Shoots. And it's Rubio again missing.
And guys, with Towns, he is so valuable in every aspect of the game. Really great at both ends of the floor. His defense is as strong as it gets for a first-year player.
No good from Jack. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Here's Levine. Another miss by Minnesota.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot. And perhaps the biggest plus about Towns is his upside. I mean, he's shown that he can make big strides in his level of play. Already good at shooting from outside and can play either post spot, too.
And he gets the bucket.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Minnesota in the lead. Out to the right wing. It's stolen. And now in transition is Jack. Here we go. The shot's good from Ellington.
That almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
And especially the fact that it now ties the game. The lead was about to be stretched out, and instead, it's back even.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Gorgie Dan. Adrian Payne comes in for Towns. Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Andrew Wiggins. And Shabazz Muhammad subbed in for Levine. Ricky Rubio Clark, one of the most highly anticipated international players in recent memory to come into the NBA.
Yeah, he's got an awful lot of flash and substance to his game, and after much haggling and negotiating, he was finally allowed to join the Minnesota Timberwolves in 2011.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
I had a chance to talk with the head coach for Brooklyn. Their #1 priority is not to give up any looks on the inside, anything easy in the interior, guys. He told me, quote, "We want to have the key look like a fancy club out there. Crowded, not a lot of room, and very hard to get into." Sounds like your kind of place, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Here's Muhammad. No good with the triple. For Brooklyn, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. To the wing on the left. Here's Lopez. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Back to Rubio. Over to the left wing. Muhammad. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Nets have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Here's Kilpatrick. Rejected by Payne. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Prince misses.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Larkin. Muhammad covering. The feed to Lopez. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Lopez has got 6 points.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
Here's Kilpatrick, and that's going to do it. Some good defense down the stretch to end the quarter. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Nets out in front as they wrap up the first quarter with a 13-5 run. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Nets.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Donald Sloan out there with Hollis Jefferson. Then it's Robinson, and it's Young, and it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 slot. And good on the basket. Book it. Levine's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Timberwolves.
You know, the Nets really kind of drifted along for the first part of last season, treaded water, but after the All-Star break, they stepped on the gas, put themselves right back in the playoff picture.
And good on the basket. Book it. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take, back and forth, the whole way thus far.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already. The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Here's Sloan. Screen by Young. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. To the left side wing. Shot clock at 6. Here's Young. Garnett grabs the board. As you mentioned, the Nets were great after the break, had the third best record post-All-Star break in the East.
Yeah, and how about winning 13 of their first 22 after the break? And sometimes with a new coach and system, it takes a while to kind of figure things out. And that seemed to be the case with the Nets last year.
Here's Sloan. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. He used that pick to perfection. And the Nets lead by 4.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Now here's Garnett. Another miss by Minnesota. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. And a foul on Andrew Wiggins. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there. It's really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Gorgie Dangs checked in for the Timberwolves. Sergei Karasov's checked in for Brooklyn. Jack comes in for Donald Sloan. Here's Karasov, and the dunk by Robinson.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Now here is Jack. There's a screen by Robinson. Here's Bogdanovich. Good, and Jack gets the assist. Jack's got his 5th assist in this one.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
And guys, looking at Jarrett Jack, one word comes to mind: professional. I mean, he's as solid as they come. Tough, capable, experienced, and he proved it all again last season.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Payne, he's checked in for Towns. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Muhammad. And then for Brooklyn, Lopez comes in for Robinson. And it's Brown in for Bogdanovich. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Talking about Jarrett Jack, he is especially dangerous at the end of the game. Not only does he make great decisions, Clark, he was a top 10 free throw shooter last season.
Yeah, experienced, tough-minded ball handlers and shot makers are always valuable, especially when it's winning time.
And he gets it to go.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until the defense puts up a little more resistance, they ought to continue to pound them down low.
Now here's Wiggins. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Boy, they just cannot take the lid off.
Well, they need a basket in the worst possible way, and they've got to stop this run, and the only way you do that, you got to score yourself.
And they convert it last on attempt number 3. 9 points here for Thaddeus Young.
And last season, really a tale of two halves for the Wolves. When Ricky Rubio returned from injury, they just looked so much more in sync as a team.
Tayshaun Prince has checked in for Wiggins. Timberwolves trail by 15.
2 minutes.
Out to the right wing.